Okay, step 3 is the inspection process. So at this point, you have now learned the benchmarks, you've scouted for the property, you've also created what your letters of intent would be to give, the seller options to say yes to you. So now they have said yes. So you're actually going to go out to the property at this point and you're going to go take a look at it. Don't do it beforehand because it's a waste of time. So until you have a yes, just go ahead and at that point, go out and do your inspection. And for those of you that have bought the Home Steady course, you've got that metal clipboard that it comes in. So you're going to take that with you because that's where you want to have your inspection sheets and, all the goodies that, you're supposed to have with you, including flea spray. So especially if you're dealing with REOs. But go ahead and go out to the property. Now, guys, some of you are really well off to do. You've got a Mercedes, you've got diamond rings, you've got all this, beautiful jewelry and stuff. Unfortunately, I really want you to take that stuff off. And when you go and look at the property, I need you to look like a worker bee, just like a normal average day Joe. Borrow someone else's vehicle, maybe take them along with you. And whenever you go out there, leave your clipboard in the car for that, that period of time, because you're probably going to meet with the agent. If you show up there looking like you have too much money, then the negotiating feature gets a little bit tweaked out. So I want you to just take that in mind. So go out there, meet with the agent, say hello, do the warm-up kind of thing, meet the owner, the tenants, whoever is there. And then at that point, you can pull out your clipboard and start going through your inspection sheet. And we have that for the exterior, and the interior. But remember, your goal is to look at 4 things, mainly, because you want to make sure it passes 4-point inspection. The roof, the AC, the plumbing, and the electrical. Okay, these are really important because these are also items that can really dip into your pocket and knock you on your tail. Okay, you want to make sure the roof, is decent, not leaking. So when you go in, look up at the roof, look and see if you notice any patchwork or if you see any stains, on the roof, that kind of thing. Pretty easy to repair them. They should, patches are roughly $250 a patch, that kind of thing. But if you have to replace a whole entire roof, that's anywhere from, $2,000 to $10,000, depending on what kind you get. And then on top of that, you're going to look at the AC unit. Now, for all of you that are dealing with foreclosures and REOs, you want to make sure first off that the AC unit is there. People are taking them. You'll go outside, and where that concrete pad is, there should be a condensing unit out there, and then on the inside there's an air handler. So if 1 or 2 or both are missing, because if the house has been empty, sometimes it gets vandalized and people take those things. Make sure that it's there, and if not, you're going to make sure that you compensate yourself with credits at closing or have those things repaired before you actually purchase the property. The other item is plumbing. When you go in, especially if there's tenants in there, if it's empty, you can go out to the street and probably turn on the water, but turn on the shower, turn on all of the water at the same time, because sometimes you'll have houses where you turn on the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink, and then all of a sudden your shower is like a drizzle kind of thing. So you want to make sure the water pressure is good. And if it's not, chances are you might have some galvanized piping situations. Galvanized piping versus PVC. So galvanized looks like those kindergarten, jungle gym bars that we all used to play on. PVC, kind of like lawn furniture, that kind of thing, the white plastic stuff. So remember, white plastic stuff is good. That means it's updated. Galvanized metal stuff, just make sure you check things out, because those are the items that, might get clogged, and you have metal pieces on the inside and that kind of thing. So just kind of check that part out. Now, the electric. 100 amp service. That's very important. I want you to kind of focus on finding those pieces that have 100 amp service and above. What that means is when you go into the house and you find that little breaker box with all the different widgets, sometimes it's inside the garage, sometimes it's on the outside of the house, most of the time it's in the hallway of a house. I've seen them in closets, but look at the very big one, at the very top. And on that, there's this lever. It should say 100, 200, 300, 125. If it says 70 and 60, chances are it doesn't have central heat and air. So just know and take that into factors that you're probably dealing with AC units Or sometimes I've seen people have the lights off and they'll hook up central heat and air, but the electrical system won't hold that particular piece of equipment. So you'll have flipping breakers all the time, and a rewire that's thousands of dollars. So make sure that when you're doing your inspections, you look for those things. So hopefully that helps you out. Make sure you read the book. It'll have the other items for your inspections. But remember the 4-point items so that you don't get taken for a ride, and make sure you take a look and get comfortable with everything. Start inspecting your house first, and you can do it with your kids. I've had people take their children out with them, to look at houses too. It's funny because you'll have, 2 people, one person inspect the outside while the other one's doing the inside, and then swap, and the other person does vice versa. Compare your sheets, and always, I've never seen anyone have the same exact things on there, and it's a fun thing to do with your family. Here's a great tip whenever you are doing your inspection. I want you to open the blinds up. I want you, of course, if there's nobody living there, of course, just kind of draw the blinds up, open them up, because this is going to allow you to start leasing and renting the place before you've even closed on the property. Put your signs out, make sure that you're getting the right amount of traffic, and then you tell them to go to the property and look in the windows. I have had properties that I've rented, got leases on and everything prior to closing. And also, I've had students that have done the same thing. And that's always exciting to have, your first student already have money in hand. You can keep it in escrow, whichever you want to do with it. But have it already rented so you already know that you have a renter. And whenever that happens, guys, it's a great feeling. And it also allows you to double check the traffic in the area, make sure that the house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 3-bedroom, 1-bath, is definitely a needed commodity in that particular area. With that said, make sure you inspect right, and that is the end of step 3.